In this video, I'd like to show you this new handheld from Raspberry Pi. It's called that Retro Pi supports online TV, external gamepad, keyboard, and HDMI video output. It seems like the video game console meets all requirements that retro gamers are longing for. So let's take a look at the machine and see what it is all about. This is Panda Mimi. Welcome back. Must give a high compliment to the comfortable shell. The touch feels like rubber or something soft. Another highlight point is ergonomic handle design, but the size is somewhat big for my hands. Unless you are so favorable to white color, I don't recommend it because I got some dirty marks on the back. Also, the machine is not flawless. We can see a gap between two lines of the roof so that the back shell is a bit bulgy. But there is nothing really to complain about. Let's go ahead to check the buttons and outputs. There are the select and start and a dual 360-degree joysticks on a diagonal layout. I have no interest in the analog stick location, but I like the direction pad. It's neat, it's huge, friendly to people with a big thumb. The surface is polished nicely. ABXY face buttons are a bit of concave. It has a great touch, but the gap between the button and where the button sits in still exists. On the top, there are two pairs of shoulder buttons, an HDMI output, and dual Type-C ports. It should be noted that the C1 is for charging and the C2 as the OTG port used for connecting gamepad or keyboard. I will show you later. Two stereo speakers sit on the left and right side, an audio jack. A TF card slot comes with a 64GB microSD card. And this is a value wheel, it's definitely old school. Now turn on the device. It will take some time, about 1 minute and a half. I have to say the 4.3-inch screen with 800 by 480 resolution looks really comfortable. The user interface is also neat and the characters on the display are legible. There is a radiator on the back out of the shell. That's necessary cause the screen is getting hot now, even though I'm not playing any games yet. On the screen, there are some key specs of Retro Pi. From the specifications, we can know the device supports online TV. That is awesome. It means we can browse news or TV series when network connected. Besides, it's also available for HDMI video output and external gamepad. So let's move on. Can enable network directly in the Wi-Fi option, but I didn't find any keyboard that can let me type the password. If you have the same problem, you may need to try the second method. The process seems complicated, but is pretty simple. First, enter the Retro Pi and find the toggle Wi-Fi option to make sure the switch is on. Turn off the device and take out the TF card. You will get a disk named boot on PC. Set up a file in it with the name Wi-Fi keyfile.txt. Copy the codes in the following, include the network name and the password into the file. Choose Import Wi-Fi in the Wi-Fi option. And now, we can watch TV online. The Retro Pi supports video output max to 1080 by 720p. If you want to transmit the image to TV, Just enter the Retro Pi and choose the switch screen option. Select HDMI and waiting for device reboot. Then you will get a real-time image on TV. It's awesome to connect the external gamepad. You need an OTG adapter on the Type-C to port and connect the gamepad. Press Start to enter config input setting. Then map the buttons on the gamepad one by one. Raspberry Pi comes with 42 or more emulators and tons of games. I can play games right away. The preview images are on the side for most games. As usual, I emulated some PSP or DC games. It really frustrates me because it gives a really poor performance on Dreamcast and PSP with a harsh delaying sound. That is totally a disaster to my ears. If a 3.5-inch screen touches you, you can get a high-definition and functional retro video game console at $170. It allows you to browse YouTube, watch TV, play games with your friends, but I will give a low grade to its running speed. Of course, if you don't care much about DC or PSP titles, that's really good. Let me know your ideas to the Raspberry Pi GP430 on the comment section.